My name is Nycole Primm. I teach level 1 flow and hot 1 and hot 2. Before teaching yoga, I went to cosmetology school and went to a makeup school in Hollywood. So I did hair and makeup, worked with different cosmetic companies, and still do hair and makeup just twice a week, but I try to leave more time for yoga now. I began teaching yoga because I was drugged into a hot studio by a friend who just really wanted to do hot yoga. It was one of the few exercises she absolutely loved doing. Within 5 days, fell in love with the studio, with the instructors, with the whole community. So I did my first teacher training there for a very traditional Bikram style hot class. And I actually did my vinyasa training there as well afterwards. I waited a good year afterwards. But actually a cool thing was my first ever yoga instructor was Jerry Hall. And now I'm working with her and she's actually taken one of my classes, so it's super cool.
What do you find most rewarding about teaching?
What I find most rewarding can't really be put into one particular thing. It's mostly the connection I have with the people, watching everyone progress through their practice, through their lives, seeing even just their face relax in a pose is just such a huge victory. And I love getting beginners in the room because they are my greatest teachers. They teach me, I feel like, a lot more than I teach them because I really have to be refined in what I'm saying and really guide them through in a way that's going to be safe. So I find that to be extremely rewarding. Outside of yoga for fun, I think probably my favorite thing to do is just to see live music. Whether it's a giant concert or going to a small venue, seeing a band, it's absolutely one of my favorite things to do. Hanging out with friends. That's my favorite. Also, of course, spending time with family. That's always lovely, but I love live music. One lesson that I've learned from yoga that I definitely like to pass on is very simple, very cliche, and it's just to breathe. Just breathe. It's so simple and it sounds easy, but I grew up an asthmatic, so it hasn't always been very easy to breathe, and it's actually been somewhat of a struggle. So once I was able to connect my breath into what I was doing and actually have my lungs open up, it not only changed my practice, it actually changed how I lived. And I can actually see that with some of the different students. And some people, even if they've been practicing for years, will sometimes come up to me after class and say, oh my gosh, I finally got the breathing, and it just changed everything.